Hi, my name is Katie, and today we are going over chapter 8, and I'm the dreadful session, and I'm here with.
Hi, my name is Marvelous, and I am the navigator for this session.
Okay, so I am going to start now. So, chapter 8 was about serious polymorphism. Inheritance is just the start. To really use polymorphism in Java, you need interfaces, not the graphical kind. Interfaces help you write flexible, reusable code by letting different classes share the same method structure without sharing actual code. Many of Java's best features depend on interfaces, so even if you don't write them right away, you will definitely use them. So I am going to dive straight into the code and just explain it. Um, Starting off, we have page 208. So let me just get there. Okay. So polymorphism in action. Imagine we want to create a special list just for dog objects. We will make a simple list class with an add method to add dog objects. This list can hold up to 5 dogs. If we try to add more than 5, the add method won't do anything. When there is space, the dog gets added to the next available spot in the list and the index moves forward. Next, we have the code explanation. So in the code, we use a plain dog array. Um, to store the dogs, we keep track of the next empty position with the next index. We call add. The code checks if there is room left in the array. If yes, it adds a dog to the current next index. Prints a message saying where the dog was added and increases next index by 1 for the next dog. So here we have the code with my dog list Java. So over here we have our class that holds the list of dog objects. This is where the for the array to store up to 5 dog objects, and this just checks the next empty spot in the array. Here we adding the list if there is space available. So here it checks if there is room left, and then this just adds the dog into the current index, and then over here this just confirms the addition, and here we move to the next available spot. Um, our next page is 209, so let me just close that. Okay. So here we create an animal specific list. They can all up to multiple subclasses. So create a class my animal list with an array to hold animal objects. Add a method, add animal A to put animals in the array. Make a test class to create dogs and cats and add them to the list. Run the test to see the animals added with their positions printed. Um, Code explanation. So the code defines a generic animal list class called my animals list, which can hold an array of objects of the animal type or any of its subclasses. It uses an array of where am I? Animal objects and keeps track of the next insertion. The add method checks if there is space in the array, adds the given animal, and prints the index where the animal was added. The animal test drive class demonstrates creating the list and adding different types of animals, such as dog cat. This design allows easy extension to support multiple animal types without having separate lists for each subclasses, making the program more flexible and maintainable. Okay, so here we have the code. So um here we're creating a new list that can hold animal objects. Here we are creating a dog and a cat, both subclasses of animals, and here we just add the dog and a cat to the list. So I'm going to run it and we should see the output. Um, Next we have page 127. So here we're making and implementing the pet interface. Um, so basically, making and implementing the pet interface. To make a pet interface, you write it like a class, but use keyword interface inside. Um, you list the methods without any code, just their names and endings. When a class like dog implements the pet interface, it must write the actual code for those methods. For example, dog must have the methods be friendly and play. Besides, dogs can have other normal methods too, like roam or eat. This way, Java makes sure the dog class follows the pet rules and still lets it have its own features. Let me just run this. As we can see, animal is roaming, dog is being friendly, dog is playing, dog is eating. So just to cover the code real quick, this just defines the pet interface with two methods that all pets should have. So it's be friendly and play. Um, Here we have our class, the general animal class, and then we have our method for roaming behavior common to all animals. Next, we have the dog class extends animal, inherits animal behavior, and it implements pet. It must provide pet behaviors. So here we implementing the be friendly, here we implementing the play, and the dog's own method specific to a dog class, dog is eating. So here we run the main method of the program to test the dog's behavior. So as we can see, dog is roaming, be friendly, dog is being friendly, play, the dog is playing, and eat, the dog is eating. Our next page is 230. Um, Invoking subclasses version of a method. So in Java, when a subclass overrides a method from its superclass, it can still access the original method using the super keyword. This allows subclasses to reuse the common behavior defined in the superclass and then add its own specific functionality. For example, if a method run report is defined in a superclass, the overridden is a subclass, and the subclass can call super run report to execute the original version before running additional subclasses. So the subclass specific code. So this approach is useful when the subclass method performs important setup or shared tasks that the subclass still needs. So here we have our code. Um, Here we abstract the superclass, defining the basic structure of a report. Here we have a method to set up the report. Here we have another method to print the report. Here we have a subclass of report that overrides the run report to add more functionality. This overrides the run report method. Here we call the superclass version of run report to reuse the setup logic. Here we add a subclass specific behavior. Here we call the inherited method to print the report. Here we have our method specific to the subclass for checking buzzword compliance. And then we have our main class to run the entire logic. So here we can see setting up a report, checking buzzword compliance, printing report. And that is it for chapter 8. Thank you for watching.